And here we go. Welcome to the spread. NFL Week 14. We're coming to the final playoff stretch. Really quick this week, we're going to talk about can the Bills bounce back after that loss before in the week when they lost to Philly. The week off helped. Does Dallas finally get that big win against Philadelphia? Can Chicago pull off the upset against Detroit? And can Miami hang on to that home field position against Tennessee? So we're going to find all that out. But first, as we always do, who had the sauce presented by Torchbearer Sauces? The best sauce in the world. Now remember, accidentally healthy, intentionally delicious. They got everything you can think of. Honey mustard, horseradish, atomic fire. Everything. Go to their website. You're going to love it. Put it on anything you want. It's going to taste delicious. So let's not waste any time. First, who had the sauce? Jake Browning, Cincinnati Bengals. Joe Burrow's out. He throws for 354, one touchdown on the road, beats the Jaguars. Terrible loss for Jacksonville. A great job by Jake Browning. Next one I have is Sam Laporta, rookie tight end, playing in Detroit. I know everybody knows the guy, but he had 9 receptions, 140 yards, 1 touchdown, gives him 6 on the season. That's tied for the lead with Detroit, I think with one of their wide receivers. Awesome. Now it's time. Let's close that bottle off. Who's getting no sauce whatsoever? Anybody who plays quarterback for the New York Jets or the New England Patriots. Bailey Zappi, 141 yards. Last week, wicked bad, as they would say in New England. And Tim Boyle, 148 yards for the Jets. Released last week after the game. He's out of there. No sauce for either one of them. They both stink. So let's get into game number 1. This week, like I said, we're going to cover the big 4. Game number 1, Buffalo Bills going into Kansas City. Kansas City, small favorite, 1.5 at home, over under 48.8. So the big question in this game, first one, when was the last time Kansas City lost back-to-back games? Oh, wait. Okay. Week 2 and then week 3 in 2021. It's been over 2 years since they lost 2 in a row. Is that going to happen this week? Now, Kansas City, really tough loss last week on the road in Green Bay. Refs missed a huge call at the end, but still, they went on the road, they lost. Doesn't matter. Now, Kansas City coming into this game, on the defensive side of the ball, they're allowing only 17 points per game. They're only allowing about 183 in the air, 114 on the ground. But the last couple of games, that's gone up. 19 points, almost 20 points a game they're allowing. The other thing very concerning last week, Jordan Love absolutely destroyed them. I think he threw for what? I think 267, 3 touchdowns, 0 picks, unstoppable. The defense couldn't do a thing against him, so that's very concerning coming to this game. Now on offense, I think not only myself, but the team would love to see Kelsey finally come alive. And he's got some really favorable matchups against that depleted Buffalo Bills linebacker core in their secondary when it comes to safeties. Now, back to Buffalo. They had a week off after that tough loss against Philly. Their playoffs right now, it's on the brink. 6-6, so this is a gigantic game for them. So let's break them down real quick. New OC Joe Brady. He's really showing us his cards. What he doesn't want to do, he doesn't want Allen to think he needs to be Superman every single play. So what is he doing? He's starting to run the ball more. We saw it 2 weeks ago. The running backs had 30-plus carries, and Allen also had another 9 carries on top of that. But the thing with football, it always comes down to the critical mistakes. Buffalo's still making them. Third quarter, I think they were up by 10 at that point, maybe even 13. What happens? Josh Allen throws a dumb interception on their half of the field. It gets Philly going. And then in overtime, whether it was Gabe, I forget his last name, whether it was the receiver's fault or Allen's, somebody made the mistake in the end zone. They had to kick a field goal. Philly comes down and wins it. So those ugly mistakes keep coming up. So here's what we got. Buffalo covers and wins if, big if, Allen plays keep away, no turnovers. If the running game is 25-plus carries, and Diggs has got to get going. He hasn't yet, but if he gets over 100 a touchdown, not only do they cover, they win. That being said, give me Kansas City, -1.5. They're still playing for home field advantage. I think this is really the beginning of the end for Buffalo, especially with that 9/11 comment that came out from their coach this week. If you haven't seen it, Google Sean McDermott, 9/11, complete moron. I think this is the beginning of the end for him. But let's get on to the next game. Huge game in the NFC East. Huge game. Philadelphia Eagles going into Dallas. Dallas home favorites, -3.5, over-under 51.5. Eagles got destroyed by San Francisco last week. 42-19, I'm sure you all saw it. They got pushed around on both sides of the ball. They gave up over 440 yards of defense. On defense, they gave up that many yards. The week before, they gave up over 500 against Buffalo. Last time they played Dallas, Dak had over 374 yards and 3 touchdowns. So that's some really bad news about that defense. And remember what we said last week. They not only do they seem physically tired, they seem emotionally tired, the Philadelphia Eagles. They've had a lot of huge games back to back to back. So another big. Jalen Hurts has been banged up for weeks. I know they don't put him on the injury report, but it's obvious. And last week didn't help. He got hit again. He got knocked out. And then I got one more bit of bad news for the Eagles. They haven't won in Dallas since 2017. Let's push all the negative aside. Let's get it out of here. How does Philly win and cover this game? Defense has got to get right. They need to win on first downs. Dak cannot be clean. He can't be clean in that pocket. They've got to move him around. They've got to sack him. They've got to hit him. And offense, they need to lean on that running game early and often and give Hurts very manageable third downs. You don't want any 3rd and 8, 3rd and 12s. That won't be good for them. The big thing to think about for Dallas, did you know they're 8-4 against the spread this year? Now, the last 4 games, their offense, 42 points a game. 42 points a game. Also during that stretch, Dak has 13 touchdowns, 1 pick. Phenomenal. Their offense is number 1 right now in points scored, 5 in total yards. But the concerning part, Dallas is only 53% in the red zone for scoring touchdowns. That's on the bottom half of the league. 17th, so they're in the bottom half. Everything in this game, though, points to Dallas minus 3.5. You know, this is definitely the game, the dog who runs the fastest. We talked about that before. It's definitely that game. It's definitely Dallas's. So give me Philadelphia plus 3.5. They got to get right on this week. I love them in this game. All the signs point to Dallas. Let's be the contrarian. I'm going to go Philadelphia. Now we're going to go to Detroit Lions minus 3, going to Chicago. So you got the road favorites. Over under 43.5. Outside of the Green Bay game, the Detroit Lions are buzzing. So let's take the Green Bay out of that game when they get beat on Thanksgiving. The offense is in top 5 in almost every category. The running game's averaging 137 on the ground with Montgomery and Gibbs. They've got to be one of the best running back combos in the game. And we talked about him earlier. Sam Laporta, rookie tight end, has been outstanding. Touchdowns. Now the defense, a little sus. So we'll see what happens with that. Now here's 3 reasons. Count these up. 3 reasons why Chicago wins and covers this game. Number 1, that rushing defense is number 3 in the NFL. Rushing offense is number 3 in the NFL. Fields may stink as a passer, but he's a huge running threat. Defense is the best against the run, and because of this, they're going to be able to play keep away and win. And 73% of the public is betting Chicago. So my answer to that is no, 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 no. I'm taking Detroit minus 3. Lock it in. Let's go. And then finally, we got to our 4th game of the week, 4th of our big number 4, the Tennessee Titans going to Miami. Huge spread. That's why I put it on the card. 13.5, over under 46.5. These spreads lately with Miami, it makes it feel like it's almost a college game. But nevertheless, let's talk about a few things in Miami's corner right at the bat. 5-0 at home this year. 38 points a game at home. Unbelievable. Now they have an 80% touchdown red zone rate at home. Phenomenal. Last 4 games, the defense has only given up 15.5 a game. They've been completely different since Ramsey has come onto the team. And the running game, Mostert leads the NFL with 18 touchdowns. Way over McCaffrey. And A-Chain's back. He has 7 as well. And he's only played a quarter of the season. He has 7 touchdowns. We got through them. We know what's in Miami's corner. Can Tennessee cover? Really quick, last week, tough loss. Tough loss in overtime against the Colts. Henry was rocked during the game. They say he's not concussion protocol, but looked like he was out during that game. So I don't know what the concussion protocol even is anymore. So it's going to be interesting to see how he responds. Especially considering last week, the Tennessee rushed the ball for 177 yards. Phenomenal. The other issue is, can Tennessee get enough stops, the defense? Last week, Minshew Mania, threw for 312, 2 touchdowns. And what the hell is going on with the Tennessee Titans special teams? They didn't give up 1 punt block. They gave up 2. That's crazy in an NFL game to say. This game feels, though, if Tennessee gets their first 3 and out and they get another one, it feels like Miami will get going early and often, and this could be another 42-14 game. So all that being said, absolutely love the 13.5 points. Miami's on that march. They don't want to repeat what happened last year. So for other Dolphin fans or just fans in general, if you remember, last year they went into December 8-3. They left December 8-8, and they snuck into the playoffs, beating the Jets. Coaching staff doesn't want to repeat that. I think the team's completely different. We're going to find out again on Monday, see if they cover this big spread. But I love them here. So that's it. We went through the big 4. Now it's time, like we always do. Let's give you guys a little bit of easy money, my friends. The first one I think is really easy. Give me the Detroit Lions. Give me the -3. I think they're going to thump the Bears. They're still in contention to get a great playoff spot. So -3, Detroit Lions all day long. And give me my homer pick of the week. Give me the Miami Dolphins. Give me the -13.5. And that's it. We did it. Easy money's in. And like we always say, lock those bets in early, lock them in often. Great luck this weekend. Let me know what you do in the comments. If you love my picks, let me know. If you think the picks are garbage, let me know. If you're going to fade me, let me know. Or, hey, put your best bet in. So put them in there. Let me know how you guys are doing. And as always, like, subscribe. Love having you guys on here. It's great. Have a great one. Best of luck.